Hey everyone, we're TeamAxx and this is our EC551 final project. And this is the FPGA Hero. It is basically like a Guitar Hero game, but you will have to play using a keyboard instead. And this is the main menu. You can see that we have 3 difficulty levels and you can scroll through the menu using keyboard. You can directly go to the scoreboard as well. We have 3 different difficulty levels as I mentioned. Let's look at the hardest one.
And so the ASDF keys on the keyboard correspond to one column of the game. And then, as you can see on our hardest level, the music goes really fast, the tiles glitch, and the music stops playing when you miss a tile or click the wrong one. And
like
then,
now,
yeah.
I'm hitting the wrong buttons. So.
And then our score increments up here. And you lose points if you hit a wrong tile or miss a tile.
And this is the end screen. You can see that I'm a really bad player.
And then you can cycle through again just by hitting the enter key, and that will take you back to the main menu with all of the different levels.
Let's look at the easiest level.
The easiest level is a little bit different in that you still use the same keys to select the tiles, but they go a lot slower, the music is slower, and the tiles don't change colors. So you also don't lose any points if you miss a tile or hit the wrong one when you're playing in this game mode, but you also don't earn as many points.
Yeah, I'm much better in the easiest level. So, for playing the music, we are using the audio output of our FPGA board, and we are storing actually the song in the memory block, and when it's in the game mode, an enable signal is sent through the music module and it reads from the memory block where we store our song. Here you can see the music that we picked for our game. We use a clock divider for changing the speed of the song depending on the difficulty level. And Sophia, you can maybe explain some of our graphics.
Yeah, so the graphics for this game were originally going to be sprite-based graphics, so that way we could give it a more classic video game 8-bit design. We ended up trying 3 different ways to implement those graphics, but eventually had to make the design decision to focus on music implementation more than graphic implementation, since we already had the graphics that you saw previously. So the way these graphics work is basically we have a VGA ROM, which is technically a kind of sprite implementation for any of the text that you see on the screen. And then we also have actual greater than, less than combinational statements to define the lines on the screen as well as the tiles on the screen. The tiles are animated, so they fall, and then you'll be able to tell when a tile is in the correct zone to be hit based on where it is in that final line on the screen. So basically it's just a boundary combinational statement.
And we're using the ASCII ROM from our first lab. You can see that we generate every letter in the screen using that memory block. And we did some animation using the VGA color codes.